friendship between the leaders in Dominica and the leaders of what are dictatorships. The United States notices that. We're not allies with China or Cuba. As you know, we are their adversaries. So that is still looked upon by the United States government with a very jaded eye. I think what we really need to think about is Dominicans need to think about, where is my country going in the future? What's it going to look like, in 2030? Are we still going to be in this situation where we're not being regarded as a friend of the United States? Remember, there are other issues here that are just about to break. This fall, everybody coming from the Caribbean, and around the world for that matter, is going to have screening to come into the EU. So all those benefits of the Dominican CBI passport for visa-free entry are out the window, because you're still going to have to fill out a form online and pay money and be screened to see if you can get into Europe. You will not even be allowed to buy a ticket. And of course, as we know, for more than 2 years, because of the CBI program and nothing else, there is no visa-free travel to the UK. So it's only going to get worse, gentlemen.
So there's no end in sight unless the CBI is completely reformed, as you said. No answer in sight there. No results in sight.
Exactly. I suggest that the head of the CBI program and several senior leaders in Dominica go to Washington and lay out what they are going to do in the future, and then do it, so that there's no issue, so that there's no more of a reason that the CBI is still locked back in the old corrupt world that it is now.
Mr. Kenneth Ridgeway, again, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, you heard our Prime Minister saying basically in a recent news conference, he's optimistic things are going to get better. Here we are. Getting a different opinion. And you were thought with somebody with the prominence of status as it relates to Gregor Nassif would have gotten a visa. Well, America has clearly demonstrated no favoritism there, huh? Dominica, according to them, tie your waist, huh? Is there more to come? I heard Mr. Lennox Linton at the same budget consultation making another suggestion. Maybe it's something to consider as well. Let's listen to Lennox Linton. We'll take your phone calls in a minute. Lennox Linton, former leader of the United Workers' Party.
Consider converting the CBI investors into visitors. Bring them to their second home. They have the passport already, and many of the thousands of them have never visited Dominica. So that might be a large opportunity there, untapped, waiting for us, because we have tens of thousands of economic citizens worldwide, many of whom have never come here. And we could think about establishing a come to your home or come to your second home program that offers things like annual homecoming events, property ownership incentives, heritage and investment tours, and so on. What I'm suggesting is, if you have 5 or 10,000 of your passport holders living somewhere else, who somehow can be attracted to, encouraged to find their way to Dominica for 7 to 10 days of the year, you're looking at each of them spending somewhere in the region of $2,500 to $3,000 US over the period. That's 40 to 50 million EC dollar injected into the economy just through that. So is that something we can do? What can we put in the budget this year to start to kick that off and get it going and build it over time? and that's the former leader of the United Workers' Party.
All right, that's Lennox Linton speaking to DBS, of course, on DBS News earlier this week. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Yes, Mr. Pelty, I'm there with you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you know, there is a thing they refer to as the Pandora's box. Metaphorically, it's a box that contains all manner of evil. And they say when you open it, you cannot close it back, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard the term. It's like a can of worms.
Yeah.
But the Pandora's box is more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But what Skerrit have done and Gaston, not saying it is not facing the same problem. It might be similar, but it's not the same, man. Do they go through the same problem, or it is similar?
I mean Antigua and Dominica?
No, St. Kitts, Dominica, and Antigua.
No, I think St. Kitts is somewhat different to the problems that we experience.
Thank you. So, Gaston Brown and Skerrit opened the Pandora's box. Matt, I have watched the I'm news fanatic and so on. Matt, I've watched the CIA, the U.S. intelligence, and all of them. Matt, you know what billions of dollars the U.S. is losing to counterfeit, Matt, particularly to China and Russia, because, Matt, they can duplicate the U.S. dollar, and you have to be an extra expert to detect is a counterfeit. Matt, imagine a passport. Matt, imagine a passport. You have criminals who go all over the world, sell our passports like Barrow. Wanted man have to pay more. The more you're in trouble, the more money you have to pay. And they think, well, the day in the sun would never rise. The day in the sun would never rise. It's interesting. So, Matt, what I am saying, I listen to them talking about Rick Jock, and they say, okay, no, King Lennox, Angelo, Matt, Afi, everybody that would have sounded an alarm based on the kind of Vitivai way. We were just selling passports, Matt. Matt, billions have been stolen, or millions have disappeared, unaccounted for, in for the foreign people holdings. We don't know. No, Matt, look at what push come to shove. Matt, even Nassi, I'm glad that Nassi is getting Trump, Matt and his wife. Matt, can you imagine me coming that down? No, those Matt, before the US blow me, I would have fallen on Matt. If Greg goes that have all his stores and all his pillars and all his posts and his beam to keep him solid, and I mean, hurricane blow, not even hurricane blow, wind a little wind that pass through the progress the long way. Can you imagine me? So, Matt, I'm saying the ramifications of our consequences have to be taken into consideration, particularly in governance or in leadership role, even at your home. When you think you can do what you want to your children will not be affected. You better think again. And Matt, I'm going to tell you something quickly, Matt, I experienced in Dominica before they break the Alford Ward. Matt, I was as a patient waiting to go to Barbados. Matt, a cocktail come and meet me. One big like a 10 cents, one capsule, and a little thing like an aspirin. Matt, I query, I said, no, I don't want it. They have my report already, my medical report to go to Barbados. I'm being argumentative. I'm being quarrelsome, I'm refusing medicine, all of that. Matt, I tell the nurse, go to the doctor. I want to see the doctor that prescribing that for me. Matt, a matron come, she was not the one. She claimed that prescribed it. And they tell me it was a mistake. Matt, I travel go to Barbados. Matt, I see the same cocktail come and meet me. And a Belgian nurse there. You know, you say, come back. I said, sorry, darling, I don't want that. The same cocktail. I want to see the doctor. The doctor who came, Matt, telling me it's not you who prescribed it, but it was a mistake. Matt, where there is a consistent sequence of events, I just lost that trend there. So, Matt, I am saying when people have their tentacles in influential places, who knows? I cannot believe, Matt, after the man received that award, based on who he is. The U.S. know who he is, the U.S. intelligence. They know who he is. They know he's not a criminal. They know he's not a drug dealer. They know his status in Dominica. Could it be the heat where it hurt, or somebody influenced the outcome of the denial of a visa for he and his wife? I am not putting nothing past criminals, so thank you.
All right, hello, talk to me on the telephone. More telephone calls in the afternoon. It's 1:50. Yes, this day, Friday the 5th of June, the year 2026. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you.
Matt, when will you stop believing in Kerry? Matt, for 126 years, Kerry have been lying to people. And you taking what he say as though, well, when he say it, something will happen. Matt, you don't learn Kerry by now.
Well, all you have to do, Lucille, is don't believe, you know. You don't have to believe, I don't believe, but you have to listen. He's the prime minister, okay? Get it in your head. He's the prime minister, so you have to listen. You cannot be one-sided all the time, okay? Thank you very much. Let's move on. 449-3095. He's the prime minister. Whether you like it or not, Lucille, he's the prime minister, okay? Thank you very much. I don't necessarily have to, or you don't necessarily have to listen. You can turn off your radio. But what would you say? Or what would they say if I don't play the prime minister on this radio? Think before you speak, okay? We have to accept all voices. On the telephone, hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? Yes?
When there's a consistent sequence of events, coincidence is absent. Their blessings are easy code.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody said, I don't agree with Lennox Linton because, first of all, these people did not buy Dominican passport because they wanted to come to Dominica. They acquired the passports to enter more lucrative destinations, markets like the European Union, UK, Canada, and the US. So what is Mr. Linton? What Mr. Linton said is not going to work. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Good afternoon, Matt.
How are you?
I'm good. Matt, why don't we do what the U.S. is doing? They're revoking passports of criminals. If we were to ask the U.S. to help us, all those who got citizenship by investment passports from Dominica, tell them, give us a list and we will review them. And if they're found to be criminals, revoke it. We already have their money. Revoke their citizenship and make the U.S. happy if that will work. But because the point is that the only thing is that the government has to admit that they lied to us and their due diligence process was a fake. They have to admit to that. But this is one way. Make the U.S. happy. Give us the list. We'll revoke them because the U.S. is doing it. They're revoking citizens that become criminal. Why can't we do it? Enough said.
All right, 449-3095-9697. These are the numbers to call. You can also call 616-4257. 616-4257. When you want to call from the overseas line, it's 305-432-9624. This is the Talk on the Block. Yes, I agree with you, but I don't think Lucille gets the point. Playing the Prime Minister's voice or saying what he says does not mean that I believe that, huh? But I know definitely I'll be accused of being biased. 449-3095-9697. Somebody says, Matt, we all sang nursery rhymes and didn't believe the words, huh? Let's go back to the telephone. Are you there? Yes.
Yeah, let me just say something quickly, Matt. North said something there, Matt, and it is very, very, very interesting. But you listen to Scary talk about people have to come to Dominica to renew the expired passports, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Those people that it is proven by the world intelligence that they are criminals and they have Dominica passport. Can the passports not be or the visas not be revoked rather than they come into Dominica and then you will determine if you should renew it or not, Matt?
That's a fair comment.
So I am saying that brother just making a fool of himself and want to make a fool of everybody else, Matt. But he lacked the intelligence to convince or to speak convincingly because he's all over the place with lies and deception. And he's thinking of protecting his back because he knows under the circumstances in which these people received their passports, whether they were guilty or innocent, it is based on the amount they could pay for the visas. So he cannot remotely revoke them. He is telling Dominicans now, oh, when they come to Dominica to think, so what, they will determine if they're going to revoke it or not. Can you not revoke it? In this day of electronics and technology and all kind of things, you just send a notification. You know something? Personal non grata and whatever. So Matt is we. All the time, all you warning, night and day, Angelo staying late and warn about what Mr. is doing and how we going about provoking America. Now, man, come in and talk about sovereignty. Sovereignty for who? Iraq and all them other countries, the Libya. Why is the other one named Gaddafi? Not Gaddafi.
Iran.
Iran. Look, Iran, they recently a sovereign state. Venezuela, sovereign state. And look at what is happening to them. All you come and talk about sovereignty. Might is right in Dominica, and might is right in America as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Somebody suggesting, wasn't Mr. Lennox Linton who said Skerritt and his gang have billions of our dollars in accounts out of Dominica? Instead of the guy asking about our money, he found himself in his friend's company and speaking rubbish. Lord help us and send what? An answer for us. 449-30. Now somebody's criticizing Mr. Linton for his comments there, the pre-budget consultation. As I said, Mr. Linton made that suggestion at the pre-budget consultation earlier this week. Yes.
Consider converting the CBI investors into visitors. Bring them to their second home. They have the passport already, and many of the thousands of them have never visited Dominica. So that might be a large opportunity there, untapped, waiting for us, because we have tens of thousands of economic citizens worldwide, many of whom have never come here. We could think about establishing a come to your home or come to your second home program that offers things like annual homecoming events, property ownership incentives, heritage and investment tours, and so on. What I'm suggesting is if you have 5 or 10,000 of your passport holders living somewhere else who somehow can be attracted to, encouraged to find their way to Dominica for 7 to 10 days of the year, you're looking at each of them spending somewhere in the region of $2,500 to $3,000 US over the period. That's 40 to 50 million EC dollar injected into the economy just through that. So is that something we can do? What can we put in the budget this year to start to kick that off and get it going and build it over time? And that's the former leader.
All right, thank you very much, Curtis. Let's go back to the telephones at this time. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon, Matt.
To you, sir.
Okay, that's good. Can we fool Dominican, but it cannot fool the American country? All those in America have their citizenship, right? They have this, they have that. But who don't have their this? Can you come down? And of course, it's big, big trouble. Dominicans cry, Lord, what you from Dominica? Not my word.
All right, caller. They ignored the Caribbean region for too long and destroyed our banana trade. America is very well responsible for the way this region now clings to China. Rajok, or whatever his name is, and written should not allow his bias, natural bias, because of what happened to him, cloud his judgment because he now knows the history. Will understand if he understands the history, will understand that this story is not how it is told. America never cared about their own backyard because we don't have the resources, and they're interested in now China and what China's offered. Or the now China's offered the infrastructure and installed themselves. America finds a problem by putting pressure on the region. Why not offer us more of the assistance we need so we can, keep the region clear of the people? You don't want us too close to you. That's the question somebody's asking about America. 44930. So now you're saying that you have a problem with China because they're so close to us when you did everything to destroy our industries. In a nutshell. Hello, on the telephone. Yes, let's move on. Are you there? Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Hi. How are you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Lincoln. He didn't attend the kind of economic forum of Mr. Dr. Thompson Fountain, but he found himself in the budget session of Mr. Spirit. I mean, that's rather strange. That's an observation. Thank you.
All right, 4493095. Well, maybe he has his own reasons. He alone can explain why, huh? Keep the $40 to $50 million and bring back the $8 billion. That makes more sense. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes. Yes, good afternoon to you.
I believe what you doing say we have a problem with saying carry voice and things. This is a good. I mean, you need to hear what you have to say, but this population can realize that, so you have to be careful. So you're able to say, he said that and it was with you. And another thing, I think the people of them, especially you that believe to supporters, every one of the supporters need to come together. Past, present, and now. Now we have a chance to fix Dominica. If we're thinking of Dominica, especially the young people of Dominica, now it's time. Come together. Let's bury all our hearts. Let's forget all our differences. And forget about that one. Everybody come together. That's what DWB is about. That's what DWB is about. Everybody come together for the better of Dominica.
All right, caller, thank you very much. Let's see if we can take a few voice notes and a call there. Good afternoon to you. Yes?
Good morning, man.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, boss.
Yes, sir.
And good afternoon, Dominica, man.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, from the offset, people seem to be comparing China's contribution to Dominica as it relates to the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But in my view, China has offered nothing substantial to Dominica. Dominica has benefited nothing significant from China. Everything China comes to do here, man, they bring a whole heap of Chinese and substandard material. Things that will not last, man. You go to the hospital, man, you see the garbage place that day. Everything just been torn apart. You go to the apartments, they're covered with wooden and substandard material, man. But you go to the chief elections office, electoral commission office, man. Substandard garbage, man. Everywhere inside there. Things falling apart, rotting, everything going bad in that place, man. But you there? When you look at the West Coast Road map, if you compare the West Coast Road with what happened under the Freedom Party from the American company Sintra, Nello, Eltier, and Russian Tonkin map, total substandard, man. Everywhere you pass on the Chinese road, you have it sinking all over the place, man. The Chinese give you garbage built by Chinese, never impact the economy. Whether it's our leaders that negotiated like idiots, is a matter for them. But I'm saying, what happened with the Chinese, man? We have got nothing from the Chinese. Basic. And what the Chinese want is use us to leverage on us, man. And instead of we capitalizing on it, the Chinese teach us to do nothing, man. Matt, I heard the former opposition leader asking that foreigners coming to Dominica passport holders.
Mm-hmm.
But not a bad idea. For that matter, any foreigner, with or without a passport, who can come to Dominica to inject something into the economy. It's not like the Chinese come in here and they bring in their rice, they bring in their flour, they bring in every single thing. They buy nothing from E.H. Charles and Nassif and all the others. The Chinese buy nothing from them, man. Anthony Hayden buy nothing from them, man. Everything imported. But while it is okay for people without a passport to come in, but that can have serious implications, Matt, for Dominica. Matt, with the number of criminals that have Dominican passport, if these people have to come here, they may be followed by other criminals looking to execute them, Matt. So it can spell danger with the fact that we have sold so many passports to criminals, thieves, and vagabonds, man. So while any foreigner, not just passport holders, being encouraged to come to Dominica, will inject the economy. But we want to be very careful what we ask for. Skerrit might bring them. I don't know if it's a strategy. I don't insinuate anything. Skerrit might want the opposition to ask for that. For him to say it wasn't me that asked for it. It's people that are not part of my party. And then bring them in and register them to vote. Confirm them that. Does that not register? Does that not register? Register them. If there are some they have registered in the past, confirm them. It can also upset our elections, man. Every single thing Skerrit do, or you see anybody doing, you have to sort of look at it carefully. Because these people, they are very, very, very sharp. You understand what I'm saying, Matt?
I'm following you, yes, I'm following your argument, yeah.
So Matt, I want us to be guarded against what we're encouraging Skerrit to do. Because bringing these people there at a time when confirmation and at the eve of an election is trying to interfere with our elections as well. So I don't support that point on that grounds, on the grounds that might encourage a number of criminals. Because I know, you know, Lennox know, everybody knows the amount of criminals that have our passport. Do you know that, man?
Of course.
And they may be attracted because they can't go to the US, they can't go to England, they can't go to Europe now. And we're begging them to come here. Because really, those that stole their money might follow them here to execute them here. Because we don't have security here. They may come in to do what they have to do. People like me that have a big mouth and I'm talking, they may decide that one, not somebody, let's execute them. So we have to be very careful, man. I would never wish for Skerrit to start bringing this economic citizenship, men, people with economic citizenship, down to Dominica before this election. We cannot stop it. But let's not put it in his head. Because he will play for our elections. And man, I want to make a comment other than what is going on here. I've been hearing lots of things, man. I've been hearing of people that maybe within Skerrit corner, in his circle, supporting him, pretending to be against him. Matt, for these people, and some of them have been arrested. Some of them were arrested by Roosevelt Skerrit, dragged by the police, have cases hanging over their neck for years. How on earth could you have a man dragging you to court? Having the citizens of this country to respond, to stand up against Roosevelt Skerrit for you. And you all are now in the corner of Roosevelt Skerrit, doing things that would give the impression that you all are in his corner. It would be a shame. I could never have a man arresting me for doing nothing, man. Dragging me in the courts, man. Putting me on the expense. Wasting my time. Have me on bail. How many millions do you have to pay you for you to cross, man? After dragging you in court several times. I really don't want to believe it. No little job could get me to kiss your behind after dragging me in the court system. People with absolutely no shame that behave that way, Matt. I just wanted to make that point. Because if we dare for Scary to dangle carrots in our face, for us to start singing his song, Dominica, there's no hope for Dominica. If we, the people, supposed to be looking up to, behaving that way, there's no hope for Dominica, man. I want to urge Dominicans to fight against Roosevelt Skerrit and his administration. What happened to Greg Onasif, a multimillionaire in this country, come from the richest family? If he could be treated like that, it's only a message they're sending. And some of us worrying, we can't go to America, you can't go to your children. If you knew America was so important, you would have voted against Roosevelt Skerrit, because he's selling rhetoric against the US all the time. Anti-American sentiments is what come from the ministers of this administration. So we can expect worse. This is the beginning of hardship to come, Matt. So we must start traveling to China. Go and travel to China. We're not supposed to be panicking. If we say America, we were not interested in America. Why are we crying today? You all must start going to China. Go to Russia. We have diplomatic ties with Russia. We have diplomatic ties with Syria. We have diplomatic ties with India, with Iran. Only rogue states we were looking at, trying to give America the impression we could do without them. Now we're crying. They must keep the ban for as long as it takes to bring that administration down, to free up these people of this country. And unless the administration falls, America should not take out the ban. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Mr. Hillary Shillenford. We're going to take a break on that note and we'll come back right after this.
The hurricane season is upon us. Stock up on essential supplies before the storm hits. That means water, canned food, medications, and a battery-powered radio to stay informed.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Toppers snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Hardware and home improvement, building supplies for you, kitchen appliances, even home decor too. Lumber, lawn, all your garden supplies, plumbing, welding, electrical supplies. Visit Do It Center at the former J. Nassif Hardware location on Goodwill Road. Call us at 255-6890. Do it Center.
Exciting news from AutoTrade. Incredible savings are here. Take advantage of AutoTrade's Thrifty Thursday promotion. Mark your calendars. On the last Thursday of each month, AutoTrade is offering up to 20% off items throughout the store. Yes, 20% off. But wait, here's more. Keep your eyes peeled for our exclusive Deal of the Day offer, bringing you even bigger discounts on select items. Whether you're looking for car accessories, maintenance essentials, or just browsing for a great deal, we've got you covered. So be sure to swing by AutoTrade every last Thursday. At AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle, it's a relationship. Terms and conditions. Win an unforgettable experience during the FIFA World Cup games and win with Coca-Cola. Here's how you can enter. Uncap a 591 ml Coke Original Taste or Coke Zero Sugar with the football label. Find the unit code under the cap. Send that code via WhatsApp to 265-5792 or scan the QR code in stores. It's that easy. One entry can make you win one of 5 flat-screen smart TVs during the FIFA World Cup game or win FIFA merchandise instantly with over 1,500 prizes to be won. For more details, follow Josephine Gabriel Facebook page. Score with Coca-Cola and win.
All you, I just made goal winning Roseau again. Same place outside Flossie's. I tried to dock in, but he had time see me. Where? Story start again. Million, lot of my father with Gaza. Salka fella, I said the same thing you doing, shopping at Flossie's. And you don't have to tell me the same thing you tell me last time because I'm busy. It's to hear him way. You reckon? About my pocket, boy. I won't tell you that I save money in food and drinks when I buy quantity. I save more. Oh, shucks, man. Good when you're still telling me. I know already. Tu paga respect him, eh? But it can him up here to Palais. I will tell all my friends from London, US and Dominica to come to Flossie's. Right next to the Rosa Market. Open Sunday to Saturday. Flossie's can't do it to you.
Digicel, 20 years. Celebrate, connect, and win 20 years with Digicel. Celebrating relentless connectivity across Dominica, and we're giving back to you with more prizes and surprises.
Digital in 20. If you with Digicel, then you have plenty. 20 years we rolling with Digicel. If you're not with us, then hear me well. I have my TV and still have my cell. I have my internet all from Digicel. 20 years of real connection. So pay attention.
Win with the ultimate VIP experiences. Brunch voucher, 6 months, bill free. Win more. Simple. Activate, switch, stay connected. Win. Visit your nearest Digicel store or speak to an agent today.
2020, digital in 20. If you with Digicel, then you are plenty. I say with Digi you can win. Celebrate, connect and win.
Win an unforgettable experience during the FIFA World Cup games and win with Coca-Cola. Here's how you can enter. Uncap a 591 ml Coke Original Taste or Coke Zero Sugar with the football label. Find the unit code under the cap. Send that code via WhatsApp to 265-5792 or scan the QR code in stores. It's that easy. One entry can make you win one of 5 flat-screen smart TVs during the FIFA World Cup game or win FIFA merchandise instantly with over 1,500 prizes to be won. For more details, follow Josephine Gabriel Facebook page. Score with Coca-Cola and win.
All right, Dominica, we come back. This is the Talk on the Block. Very interesting afternoon here. Let's listen to this voice note, Dan.
My brother, interesting conversation on the CBI thing, you know, and Greg and Rejoke and the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the very first things we have to come to as a people, even as a region, in this whole CBI thing, is its continuance. It needs to be a program that is out of the hands of the government. Yeah, the CBI needs to be run by a national agency, independent of control of the government. The only interaction the government is supposed to have with that program is the funds that is allocated to government. Yeah, this CBI unit needs to be insulated from the people, any governmental person being able to influence the program. That is where the corruption is coming from. You know, the corruption is coming from nowhere else but the politician. The politician is the poison in the CBI program. You can trace all the corruption processes. We have to have an independent body running the CBI program. Do we choose projects that need to be more nationally oriented? Nationally oriented, not the prime minister coming and decide which friend he giving nothing this year. You guys bring your ideas to the table and let us talk about them and deal with them nationally. Nationally, let the people. This guy comes this week and whatever in his thing and playing, he come in and say he's going to give small businesses and local industry. Roosevelt Scary, that is 20 years too late. That is what the program was supposed to be as, and we would have been a wealthy nation. We would not even still need the CBI if what you're coming and talk to us now and acting like, here, I'm coming to give that to you. If we had gotten that 20, 15 years ago, my brother, let me tell you something. Dominica would be on the next level. Next level. So if you can now come and tell us when things are tight, more lease passports are selling, that you can provide all these promises from the program. Yo, so what happened to that money from them time there? How come we don't see it in the country same way? How come we don't see it? Because the money was bigger, so we could have still gotten small things like you're talking now, and you still have a lot of money. You understand? We have to take the program out of the hands of the government. Out of the hands of the government. This thing needs to be run differently. This thing of passport selling is going on like the hijacking the nation economically. That have to done. That have to done. That's a government job. It's a government job. It's a government job. Sure, you will get a cut of what you can bring at the table. That is only just. But these arrangements that is going on there right now in this kind of way, and few people can, and it's for themselves, and then with investment. There's no development of society overall, and bulk of money is being reported.
Positive.
You know what I mean? We have budget talks about monies, and most of that money is not even in the country. It's crazy. You understand? So and this thing here, Dominica especially, and that arrangement that the Prime Minister has running, the money is just not making sense because it has no transparency about it. That has to change. MNC has that relationship, that thing, and that money foreign and who. No, that have to done. They have to done. These little things you come in and talk about there, bro. Now, this program, what about patriotic rights versus economic citizens, bro? Voting rights. We have to address those things. It's not just people coming in the country. We're a small nation, bro. We have to, in our economic program, has to have patriotic protection. And the most fundamental patriotic protection you can get is for your vote to be of value. And if we do not address this thing and change this thing, bro, change this thing. There's no voting rights for you under that goddamn program. Dominica, we are too small. If we go and play with that, I'm telling you, we're going to become slaves in our own goddamn country pretty soon. Pretty soon. You understand? So these things, so there's fundamental things that must be addressed, bro. Fundamental things. Not those little paper joker thing you're talking about. We don't even reach industrialization state in Dominica, and we had one of the most successful CBI projects. One of the most successful. And we don't even transform the industrial age in Dominica. Yo, man, I don't think Scary needs another chance to fix that program, bro. I don't think talking about this government and fixing that program should be the conversation. This government has failed on this program, and they're not worthy of being the operators of this program. I think that has to be where we have to fundamentally start. Yeah, that's where we have to start.
Peace. Very positive contribution there.
We want people in the route of
PM, is that a little too late? Is that a little too late there? That suggestion coming from you. Let's do it again.
proceeds. So, for example, we want to go in the route of as we have it now. And we'll also be indicating that a percentage of the proceeds from the CBI, we haven't decided the percentage yet. We're still in discussion phase at this stage. We'll go towards private sector financing, small and medium-sized businesses, etc., agro-processing and so forth. So we'll that will be articulated in the budget press. But in respect to the citizens, one of the things that will be implemented later this year is that if you receive your citizenship by way of the CBI program, you would have to come to Dominica to renew your passport. Every single person must come to Dominica to renew your passport. So that will be implemented and forced. As a matter of fact, we are still discussing the conclusion on it. So I want to go to court and say that it's a decision. And I'm putting out there for you so you yourself can think about it and will be engaged as a country on this. That to ensure that we don't have people escaping from that imposition, we're looking at the possibility of having the passports not for 10 years, but for 5 years.
Oh, my telephone calls. Oh boy. Inundated, of course, this afternoon. Here, are you talk to me, please? Are you there?
Yes, Matt.
Yes, you're
Matt,
back.
you know, Mr. Skerritt, where is all the money from all these years on the CBI? You come giving us a little bit of bait. But Matt, a point I wanted to make, when Hillary talked about going with China, that may be yes, but without knowing what is in the MOU. You see the importance of the MOU? We on the opposition were crying for it. But look at the importance of it. Having an MOU that is secret is another aspect of no accountability, no transparency. Supposing that MOU, we learn that Roosevelt Skerritt has given away X amount of minerals to China. How will we know? And how will we compare that to the benefit of the stadium, the state house, the hospital rebuilding, and the West Coast Road? How can we compare and vote as citizens? Roosevelt Skerritt must tell us what is in the MOU. Otherwise, everyone should vote against him because you cannot vote blindly. You have to vote on some intelligent decision as to whether or not you want a particular politician. And if it is secret, there's no way you can make that decision. Based on that alone, Roosevelt should go. Goodbye.
All right, caller, your caller is correct. There must be safeguards given our small population. In 5 months of 2018, 3,961 citizens were approved. At that rate, it would only take 7.5 years to reach over 71,000 citizens. There must be safeguards with the numbers 449 3095 96 and 97. What's the time now? It's 2:26 in the afternoon. Let's take another voice note here as we move along. Many phone calls, so if I can get or don't get your voice note, I do apologize. Hello, talk to me.
Matt, good afternoon to you and all Dominicans.
Yes.
Matt, sometimes I try so hard to get into your program, but to no avail. I have not been able to get into your program, so I have to continuously resort to sending you voice notes. I hope one of those days that will change, because I don't know why it's happening. But Matt, what I have to say on the issue is that the chickens of corruption are not just coming home to roost, but the chickens have come home. They're not coming anymore. They have come home. Matt, do you remember that we formed a delegation here in the US to go to Washington, D.C. to find out why was Dominica's prime minister under investigation and what we could do as diasporans, that is Dominicans living in the US, collaborated with our people back home to be in the good graces of the US, or to bring Dominica back to the good graces of the US. Do you remember that, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
It was Gabriel Christian, Dale Dangleben, quite a number of us went. And Matt, what we found out, we brought it to the public. And, either they did not listen or they did not believe, or I don't know what it was, Matt. But Matt, at the time we went to Washington, D.C., and that was in 2017, Matt, those are the concerns we had, like visa bans, the canceling of our banking access, Matt, the ability to wire transfer through MoneyGram and Western Union to our families back home, were major concerns. And we had expressed those concerns, Matt. But Matt, we came back and we spoke to the people. We said it is time to remove this government, have Skerritt to demit office. But Matt, to no avail, nothing happened. And Matt, here we are today. You see, 2017 to now, it took a few years, within which Roosevelt Skerritt, his enablers, And Dominicans had ample time to do something about fixing the criminalities and corruption in the country. But nothing was done, Matt. So the chickens have come home to roost through the CBI program that all Dominicans know it is not a legitimately transparent, well-vetted citizen by investment program, Matt. It is a corrupt program meant to facilitate criminals where the regime in Dominica can suction any amount of money, millions, if you ask me, from the shoddiest of criminals. And that is how they get their fair share from the loot of those criminals. They make ambassadors by granting them diplomatic passports and Dominica passports, Matt, that the St. Joseph Isaac told us were being sold like hot bread in even in criminal hotbeds, and they knew it for a fact, Matt. So those passports were given to give those criminals a diplomatic immunity. And Matt, we can go down the list, from Ng Lapseng, Alison Madwike. We had an Ali Reza Monfared that was living in Mont Daniel there for several years, even if they knew Ali Reza Monfared was on Interpol's list, but he was living in Dominica. So for Skerrit to claim now that he can repair the program and where those CBI citizens would have to come to Dominica to renew their passports. Matt, those CBI citizens, were they sold those passports in Dominica in the first place, Matt? Matt, how you become a citizen of a country? You can stay abroad and just become a citizen. How I became a citizen in my adopted country, Matt? I had to be in place, Matt, in order for me to become a citizen, Matt. And Matt, what about those who came to Dominica, Matt? They came under one name, but by the time those passports were issued, they were issued in a different name, Matt. Take, for example, if one of the criminals came to Dominica, and a lot of them, that happened that way, where they were changing the person's names in Dominica. Say you come under Jin Chow, but after the passport is issued, you become Jonathan Brown. You get a Dominican name. What do they have to say for that, Matt? What does Skerrit have to say for that, Matt? So, Matt, to say that right now, I don't know where he's going with that, but it was the same Roosevelt Skerrit the other day who told Dominicans in a press conference, and that is since the visa ban was issued. He said he had applied for his visa and he got his visa, and that Dominicans could apply for their visa because it had nothing to do with him. Matt, he knew well he was lying to Dominicans. He knew well that they would not have gotten those visas, but he told them to apply anyway. So, Matt, you see that this man does not care about Dominicans who can't travel to the US to go see their children, not even for graduation or to seek medical attention or to visit their sick parents or relatives, Matt. All Skerrit cares about is stealing another election to save his ass. And Dominicans should do everything in their power not to allow him to steal another election, Matt, or to remain, in office, Matt, because you know what, Matt? They will forever be boxed in like caged pigeons because Skerrit and his enablers have clipped their wings. Yes, I feel badly for the Dominican people who can travel, but the only solution is to remove Skerrit from office. Plain and simple. Thank you, Matt.
Watch your language, huh? I'll apologize on your behalf, okay, Masley? Let's go back to the archives for a bit there and remind you of what was said yesterday. Remember this? Back in the
Sometimes I feel so sorry for
What happened to you?
Ma, sometimes I feel so sorry for us because I'm caught up in it as a Dominican. Our passport is being sold as if it's bread, our citizenship, our birthright. We as Dominicans don't even have too much say because we're not yet ready to rise up and go against it. But we need to stand up. But we need to stand up.
One more time?
Ma, sometimes I feel so sorry for us because I'm caught up in it too as a Dominican. Our passport is being sold as if it's bread, our citizenship, our birthright. We as Dominicans don't even have too much say because we're not yet ready to rise up and go against it. But we need to stand up. But we need to stand up.
Now let's go back to the telephone. This is the talk on the block. If it's on the block, we'll talk about it. It's already 2:36 in the PM. Hello, talk to me, yes.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I hear.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kerry is untouchable, man. Kerry is untouchable, that is clear.
That's all you want to say?
I said Kerry is untouchable, that is clear.
Well, I'm asking you if that's all you want to say.
Yes, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Somebody says, Matt, has Dr. Fontaine ever jailed the senior leaders of the opposition, of the government? Was it not scary that they arrested them several times? And we, the poor supporters, had to empty our accounts to free them? Matt, Dr. Fontaine organized a symposium and they boycotted it. But today, they're on Scared's platform in the name of pre-budget symposium, talking nonsense contrary to what they're saying. Boy, these politicians are getting me upset. Somebody saying what Mr. Linton and Mr. Skerritt is saying or suggesting is practically insane. And that would put the citizens of the country at risk. Canceling a criminal passport after paying that so much money, that would you do that, Matt? Or just walk away unless they plan to give it or give them a refund? They're calling for bloody rivers in this country. Oh, we have to look at it in at the positive and negatives as well. Well said, Mr. Z. Well said. 449-3095, 96 and 97. Let's move on. It's 2:38. Are you there, caller?
We get our government of national unity. What all you want again?
449-3095, 96 and 97. Hello, talk to me, yes.
Matt, let me thank Mr. Shillingford from Salisbury. All those who want to go back and eat their vomit, that is them. Thank you.
Thank you. It's 2:39 in the afternoon. We're going to do this, and then we'll come back to take more phone calls after this.
Happy anniversary to digital. 20 years with digital. Turn it 20, digital in 20. Turn it 20, digital in 20. Turn it 20, digital in 20. If you with digital, Digicel, then you are plenty. 20 years rolling with Digicel. If you're not too fast, then hear me well. I have my TV and still have my cell. I have my internet on from Digicel. 20 years of real connection. So pay attention. You might benefit from all what I'm about to mention. You can be a VIP or get 6 months on your bill free. Because 2020, digitally 20, 2020, digitally 20. 2020, digitally 20. If you with digital, then you are plenty. I say with Digi, you can win. Celebrate connect and win. Price is quickly, you can win. When you with Digi, that's a win. 2020, digitally 20. 2020, digitally 20. 2020, digitally 20. If you with digital, then you are plenty. 2020, digitally 20. 2020, digitally 20. 2020, digitally 20. If you with digital, then you are plenty. Yeah. Activate the 7-day plan or higher. Sign up for postpaid or sign up for home internet for your chance to win. And here's all what you can win. Hear me now. Dynamic Amazon voucher, brunch voucher, cleaner voucher, grocery voucher, even gas voucher. And I said, hey, you know why? Because
Well. I never thought in my lifetime I would hear Mr. Lennox Linton speaking in those terms. Read a CBI program in the presence of the Prime Minister, Mr. Roosevelt Skerrit. As my granny would say, angels in heaven will whip, or angels in heaven wept when they hear what is going on in Dominica, or will whip when they hear everything that's going on in Dominica this time. Way Pampa. Hillary is so right. Mr. Linton did not think his idea through thoroughly. Bad idea. Mr. Lennox Linton had the opportunity to reiterate to the Prime Minister Skerrit that all funds from the CBI should be deposited into the consolidated fund, but he chose to suggest that CBI passport holders be encouraged to come to Dominica. Unbelievable. That proposal by the Prime Minister Skerrit with the CBI program is a little too late. After all funds are unaccounted for, only now he wants to allocate an amount to private sector development. Wow. Oh boy.
Matt, good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon. Sorry about that.
Matt,
Yes.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see all them kind of promises Skerrit making when the sun almost set? That's supposed to come in 2000 and between 2005 2010. When because he had 5 years to adjust himself, put himself in a proper manner, after he win the election in 2000. Now after 2025 and 2025, 25 years 25 years after that, that's when you're making all the promises. When we drain brain, population is way down, everybody gone, the youths are gone, and now you come and make all that empty promises when the sun set on us, man. Right now, all the promises you're giving there, just empty promises, just fooling the poor people. You're taking advantage of the poor people and the ignorance of our people in Dominica, because right now there's not much for us. There'll be always something, but it's a long way, man. Struggle ahead, man. I'm 70 years old, so I don't have too much to offer too much again, but making me sorry for the young people, boy. Hey, la papa. That's my little contribution.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon to your listeners. Matt, I listened to Mr. Hilary Shillingford about the West Coast Road. Matt, this is a point I've been making for a while now. Matt, in Miro, there is a disaster waiting to happen. And Matt, the road is sinking, and nobody's paying attention to it. Matt, you remember what happened when the footballers died in Pocas area? I pray to God that doesn't happen on the West Coast. But this government is blank up of ideas. They're on the way out, and people need to see that. And Matt, what hurt me the most, people like me that sacrificed my entire youth towards the United Workers' Party, to see what some of the members, the outgoing members, are doing towards UWP right now. People like, I don't want to call the name, I'm not calling the name this afternoon. They are hurting the party. But not the country sick. The country need a doctor to take care of it. It also need a lawyer to be on the side of the doctor. Matt, it hurts me. Matt Skerrit is hurting this country. The country is bankrupt. There's no money in the country. No money. They cannot pay councillors. They cannot pay the council clerks. They cannot pay nothing. The country is totally bankrupt. And it is time for them to go. No more visas for Dominicans. Dominicans should not even waste their money and go Barbados. If a man like Greg Wanassi cannot get a visa, what happened to the ordinary man that is broke, that just going to try to get a visa to go to a graduation? They will not get it. So don't waste your time and go to Barbados for a visa under Skerrit administration.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes? Yes. Caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Matt,
Yes.
it's me again. Matt, it's me again. Matt, I just wanted to make a point on that CBI program and that whole hotel building, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, it is clear that the CI program is like a partition under the Labour Party, Matt. It's to milk the country, Matt. Matt, the CBI program, you hear them building hotels, Matt. Look, I hear in the hotel next to my home, Matt. Is it named Tranquility, Matt? Tranquility?
You mean on
I'm hearing that some Chinese people may have bought it, Matt.
on the
I
big?
don't know how true it is. I saw they were selling things out there
Okay.
some time ago, Matt. I understand that is being sold, Matt. Matt, you see what happening?
Mm-hmm.
You give people license, make your deal, cut your deal with them, Matt. They sell millions and millions of dollars for a passport. Put a structure there, in some cases next to nothing. You see the one in Portsmouth when you're going down. But you see those structures coming up. Then when they feel they had enough, they just sell it, get free $400 million US, whatever, Matt. And they will end up splitting it, Matt. Matt, that whole passport program under that Labour Party has been a cesspool of corruption, Matt. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these are the monies that should have been put into the country, Matt. I have several times had conversation with the Prime Minister and his Minister of Agriculture and asking them to have an agent selling passport to invest in agriculture, Matt. Road sign, a deplorable state all through the country, Matt. that would not have been, and young people would be going back into agriculture. There'll be enough funds for them to get loans at low interest rate and not be dragged by a bank question asking you what underwear you wearing. Matt, that whole CBI program and the hotels, that is a cesspool of corruption. All of them will be sold one by one. You see how many hands the one in Portsmouth change? Range development, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the same range get an award, man. Why is our not independent? After they thief all our money, after they take our money, man, and fight for it in the courts in America, we were getting ball by ball commentary on what was happening in America. The courts, they had to see 130 million US among two of them as profit, man. Matt, it's only criminals that are allowing that to happen to their country, man. I'm saying to you, that follow it well. Let's see if that hotel has been sold or is on sale, man. And let's wonder, where is the money going? How can a man take Dominica passport money? All of them. Range development and the others. Hold the hotel for 1 year. Sell it and run away with all the money. But is that right? No court in the world could never allow for something like that to happen. Any court you go, they would take that on. Take the country passport, you sell it, you build a hotel, hold it for 1 or 2 years. Then you sell it and you go with the money. Whoever allowed that should be taking a beating in the public, man. Nobody should allow their country to go for that. This is a crime against the state. That is like treason, man. A whole hotel, man, being built with millions and millions of dollars. And you just sell the hotel and run away. And the country getting nothing in return, man. That is sad. And we have to be guarded against that. When Roosevelt scared Philly cannot run the country, instead of going through that kind of nonsense where Dominica have to be suffering, he should give up. Give up. Give up the country. And let men and women of integrity come and run the country. And we shouldn't have people feeling that they get enough beating and they have to bow to scare it. But if a man beats you, you have to learn this technique and fight back to be able to beat him somewhere in the future. Not bow to his knees and come and suck on anything you put in your mouth, man. Okay?
Okay.
This country have too many followers, too many weak men. You feel you fight and you fight. It's coming to an end. It cannot be the worst as first. You cannot throw the towel in when the man on his last days, when CBI going down, you throw in the towel in. Big men that used to be raw, it's sucking up to scare it today. That nonsense must stop. We must take back control, put our pants on, put our boots on, and fight against a corrupt administration. And I want to keep the doors open. Big men must realize that they're going the wrong way. They must realize when you get 70 and 80 and you want to come there and have a little boy, have you singing for your supper? We must come to our senses. We must come back and fight against that man. Realize we fighting among ourselves. And when the enemy is just sliding and using us, giving us a couple thousand of dollars, borrowing us, lending to us a few dollars, using us on a mere promise. I want Scary to make them jump on stage and sing like how we make Ian sing. Humiliate them, embarrass them when you give them the little job. We cannot allow ourselves after we fight such a strong and solid fight. Dominicans are weak and hungry and they're not giving us the support. However, we are closer to the end than the start. We cannot allow Roosevelt Scary to think Every man in Dominica can be bought with a few dollars. That cannot be right. We may not have the best at the end, but we must come together, consolidate our power, and fight as a unified force. Arrogance, there's no place for arrogance. No place for hungry poor people. We must work together and fight against that corrupt administration, man. We must take back the hotels. Take it back from them. If we realize this corruption that's taking place, when they get 700 passports to sell, 300 have to go to politicians. The other 400 on a project, then you can just sell the project and take the money and go. That cannot be right. Madam Nick is suffering. She's crying out for help, man. And it hurts to see her bleed. She's bleeding, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Some of us think that Matt is weak, but I can tell you, you are a solid man compared to the men we used to think that were men in Dominica. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Hillary. Thank you. You know, I'm beginning to like me, you know. One day, I support the UWP. The next day, for some persons, I against UWP. One day I'm from Labour. The other day I don't support Labour. The other day, or some day I support freedom. The next day I don't support freedom. I'm against the opposition. I love me. Still trying to understand who I am. Somebody said to me, Matt, yourself, I'm disappointed in you. You're quick to bring everything about the opposition on the air and speak for hours about it, but you're afraid of your friend Lennox, who seems to be jumping ship, and you say nothing. Did Lennox Linton tell you he was jumping ship? Well, I was not aware of that. If you are, let me know, okay? Everybody has their own opinion of things, bro. All men are big men. I know who I am. I'm with the people for the people of Dominica. I have no horse in the race. My horse is the people of Dominica, huh? Please try to understand. Maybe Mr. Linton sometime should come clear the air. A lot of suggestions, insinuations. The last time I spoke to Mr. Linton, he said he was still a member of the UWP. Has that changed, Mr. Linton? I don't think so. But I'm sure everybody has their own opinions about that, huh? Let's take a quick break. I know you would want the afternoon to continue, right? We're going to come back after this.
Win an unforgettable experience during the FIFA World Cup games and win with Coca-Cola. Here's how you can enter. Uncap a 591 ml Coke original taste or Coke Zero Sugar with the football label. Find the unit code under the cap. Send that code via WhatsApp to 265-5792 or scan the QR code in stores. It's that easy. One entry can make you win one of 5 flat-screen smart TVs during the FIFA World Cup game or win FIFA merchandise instantly with over 1,500 prizes to be won. For more details, follow Josephine Gabriel Facebook page. Score with Coca-Cola and win!
What an interesting afternoon. 449-3095-96. So, you know, some people say Skerrit bought me. Some people say that the UWP buy me, Freedom Party. I think the Freedom Party remarks are a little low now, but one day I'm CIA, one day I'm something else. Oh boy. I like that, you know. Everybody trying to so confused as to who you are. You know, at one point, Miss Charles of late memory thought I was working for the CIA, and even the former AG of the UWP. Oh boy, I love you, Mom. You've made me who I am, huh? And nobody's gonna change that. Some days I'm weak, other days I'm strong. Some people say I'm a sellout, cussing me out. My response always, I love you, man. Just be who you are. Huh? Some hate to love, love to hate, and just love to love. Are you there? Hello, talk to me. Yes. Are you there? Good afternoon to you. How you doing? How you doing? Yes. Yes.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to hear the
You what?
clip of the Prime Minister.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What you said? What?
I was listening to the clip of the Prime Minister.
Okay.
And when he talks about, the CBI people to bring them, in Dominica to bring their passport or whatever. But what I say is, investment by citizenship. That doesn't mean the person has to be in Dominica. Huh? The person should be in Dominica to collect their passport, to invest, and to make Dominicans make money. That is not the reason for investment by citizenship.
Well, that's what the Prime Minister is saying. You know, he's going to change that policy that you have to come to Dominica to become a citizen, an economic citizen. Yes.
It doesn't change. It's supposed to be from day one. That's all we have to take it.
Your point is it's a little too late for that. That's what your point is. It's a little too late for that. Anyway, we've got to go. We're approaching 3 o'clock. And I'm going to run this one there. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. If God is willing, I will be back. Let's see if we can take one final call and call it a day. It's now 3:02. Yes, hello, quickly, please.
Matt.
Yes, ma'am.
Be careful what you're saying on the radio, eh? You said earlier, you're not in the horse race, and then you come back and say the people is your horse. So in which race you are? Anyway, the importance of my call is to ask, what is the formal language in Dominica? It's English language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is the British style or the local style. Is it so hard to understand, or do we have to say things in another language for our people to understand? Because I don't know if I was at the back of the
class
when the teacher
at the back of the class. Teaching. Okay.
Yeah, no, behind the blackboard I was hiding because I don't understand. If Lennox Linton say, bring the people with the passport to Dominica so they can raise additional funds and give to the private sector, what does that have to do with all of the 55,000 passports that were sold? What does that have to do with the court? He championing in the court. He initiated the whole case.
I think I'm not saying that what you're saying is not true. I think the suggestions I heard this afternoon said he should have taken the opportunity to say just what he said before. I think that's what I took away from that.
They don't have to tell him when to say what. He's a big man. He can say what he has to say when he has to say.
All right, caller. Let's move on though. Thank you. Nobody go run me. I've got to go. That's what I took away from what was being suggested today, huh?
Night and day are catching hell.
What I said, Mr. Lennox Linton, if you are listening to me, maybe some things need to be clarified.
But that is my misery. Calypso don't make money.
And you know where to find me, anytime, any place.
That I have my actual grind, just like any other man, existing in poverty. And this giant
nobody go run me. I love Dominica.
I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old sitting in the cold, not me. No, they gonna have to beat me. They gonna
see you around tomorrow morning, a different style.
Tell them I said I was born in this land. I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me woman must yam. Me papa must yam. Me woman must yam. Me woman must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Life ain't much for us to choose. Some we win and some we lose. But sometimes life is so confusing. I had a lot of friends one time whom I used to wine and dine and give them bread when they need it. Now most of them against me. Take me back to enemy simply because I am not what they all want me to be. And with the political views I can't agree. Oh, tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow sitting in the cold, not me, LG. No, they gonna have to beat me. They gonna have to eat me. Or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land. I go die in this land. Nobody gonna run me from where me come from. Nobody